Hi folks, how you doing? RussellTrueResults303.com. Check out the website, link in the description box. Mind, body, spirit, fitness. Put in the healing back in health. Once again, don't forget to follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Google+. The podcast is out there, all major podcast players. Don't let autocorrect get you. There's no E in that true. All right, no E in that true. This video is going to be on trusting the process. I think we've got to understand that there's always steps. You know, and you might luck out and find a shortcut, but in the long run, you're usually going to end up having to backtrack. That's just the way it goes. You know, there are certain steps that you need to take. You know, first you start wiggling as a baby, right? Then you start kind of moving the legs around. Then you start crawling. Then you start taking one step. Then you start taking multiple steps. Then you start running. Then you start jumping. Then you start, you know, that's the process. That's the process, and anything in life is going to have a process. And I think you got to make sure you trust the process. You know, you can skip a step, but most likely you're going to end up coming back because there's still a lesson that needed to be learned that you didn't want to learn, and unfortunately, you still have to learn it. And this is where, you know, you can see that rise, and then all of a sudden they just crumble and fall. You know, and then they can rise again, but you've got to trust that process. Now, what do I mean? So I was looking up something a long time ago. It was probably like last year. And they were talking about YouTube sensations, right? And how they became popular. And I know you all know that double rainbow guy where they're like, whoa, double rainbow, right? So they were talking about like he became popular. There was some other girl at the time that became popular at that same time. You know, but the difference is the double rainbow guy, that was just like a one-hit wonder. Like out of nowhere, he just popped up, you know, and then he tried to, you know, capitalize or continue to just create videos that were the same, you know, like, whoa, cup of coffee, or something like that, you know, and it didn't work. You know, it's kind of like Sir Mix-a-Lot with I Like Big Butts. I think they said he tried to do the same thing, but with a video of like women with big breasts or something like that, you know. But nobody knows that. Nobody knows that he tried to make that song. He just tried to use the same concept, and it didn't work. But then they talk about this girl that I can't remember whatever her video was, right? Whatever her video was, and it finally went viral, and then she became popular. But she knew the process. She knew things were going to happen, and she had the next steps in place. So I think it was maybe she was something like a cosmetic person, because I think that's what her next step was. So I think she was a cosmetic person. Maybe she was doing cosmetic reviews or something like that, you know. But then they said all of a sudden she became popular, but she was ready for that popularity. You got to know the steps, right? I need to go viral. I need, like for me, right? I'm going to tell you right now with mine, right? So I'll go off of mine. I'll go back, you know, her, but you're going to understand, right? So you need to start making the YouTube videos. You need to start being present on social media. You need to start doing these things. Of course, you also want to make sure that you can build a community of those around you. But then, right? So now you got to be giving away something free. You know, I know the YouTube videos are free, but I'm also doing, you know, I got the PDFs on my website, Setting Goals, Fitness, and Nutrition. You know, then you got to have a book. I've got my ebook coming out on how to actually set goals and stuff like that as well, where I go more in depth than just my little report. You know, then from there I need a book, maybe another book on how to pray and deepen your spirituality. Go more in depth on that. Go more in depth on you know, whatever else may be. But you need to be able to continue to grow and be ready for when that success comes. And if you're not, then you're not going to be successful, right? You're going to be that one-hit wonder. And that's what the same thing that happened with that lady was, you know. She was doing makeup reviews, then all of a sudden when she became famous, she had her own makeup line lined up. You know, or maybe it was already out there for sale, it just wasn't doing good, but she was trusting the process. She knew what was going to happen. Same thing happens with anything in life. You've got to trust the process. You know, or you at least got to know what the next step is. That's the downfall of this $15 minimum wage as well. You know, you want to come in as you know, the fry cooker, and you want to be getting paid what the cashier's getting paid. You want to get the cashier's job, and then you want to be getting paid what the assistant manager's getting paid. The assistant manager wants to get paid what the manager's getting paid. The manager wants to get paid what the owner's getting paid. Well, no, you've got to have more goals set in your life to where what's the next step? What's the next step? What's the next step that I need to do? And then sometimes you need to understand that there's a difference, if I remember correctly, between a promotion and a raise. This is what I think we forget. There's a difference between a promotion and a raise. A promotion is not a raise. A promotion means that they've given you more responsibility. And I think this is what we've got to understand. You need to learn the process of what that next level is so that you can get the raise. You know what I mean? And sometimes that means taking that next step. It's the same thing with me. Am I really a great writer? Am I am I a great author? Do I have this bright? No. You know what? Tell you the truth, no. But you know what? People like the videos. They trust me. I'm building this community, and they're gonna want a book whether I like it or not. So you know what? I have to write a book. Doesn't matter, right? They like watching my fitness videos. They see my clients making transformations, right? So no matter what, they're going to want a fitness routine, whether I like it or not. And if I'm not going to give it to them, they're most likely going to leave. So I need to come up with an exercise program that I can sell, whether they like it or not. Right? Whether I like it or not, I'm going to have to create a workout program to keep feeding and teaching and reaching the community that I'm wanting to build. So that's the process. What is the next step in the process? This is why we need to turn the TV off. We need to turn the radio off. And we need to start taking life serious and taking control of our path in life. Praying, having a conversation with God saying, where do you want me to go next? What do you want me to do? How do you want me to express myself? That's going to be better for you, for the kingdom, for the people, for me to be a leader, for me to create leaders, for me to make change. All right? So trust the process. You gotta know the process. I kind of just broke it down in the process for you. Okay? If you go and get my fitness download for fitness, if you're trying to set goals on fitness and nutrition, I've got those steps. Those steps are going to get you there. When the ebook comes out, it's going to be more in depth on the steps and what you need to do. So, once again, I hope this helps. What's the process? Trust the process. Follow the process. Study the process. Learn the process. Okay? That's what self-mastery is about. So once again, I hope this helps. Don't forget to follow us on social media. True Results 303, no E. Don't let autocorrect get you. Facebook, Twitter, Google+, the podcast, all major podcast players. Subscribe to this channel. Share and like these videos.